During my 20-year crack addiction, I have so many crazy stories from that. But I remember a story that was, still touching to me to this day is that, and I was a kind of crack addict, man. I remember a time I sold the shoes off my feet. I had got some new shoes. I don't know how I got them, but, I wanted crack and I sold the shoes off I was walking around barefoot, right? That's how crazy I was with crack. But anyway, with this story here, I was homeless, and it was really cold here. Here in Detroit, it gets really cold outside, man. So I was homeless, walking around, didn't have anywhere to go. My family didn't want anything to do with me, and I can't blame them because I stole and robbed from everybody. So I'm walking around this street called Whitworth, right? And there's a shelter, right near the street. And so most of the shelters were full that night. And normally, when it's really cold like that, they'll open up extra shelters, for people to come in so they don't freeze to death. You hear about a lot of homeless people freeze to the death, and that's the position I was in because it was so freaking cold that night, right? So I go inside this shelter and I ask the lady, "Can I come in?" She has an attitude. A lot of these people that work at homeless places, man, I can tell you from experience, do not give a damn about the homeless. They got some real bad attitudes. But anyway, this lady was like, "You can't come in here." And I was like, "Ma'am, it's freezing. I cannot stay out here, right?" So she wouldn't open the door fully, right? So I end up walking back out because she wouldn't let me in. So I get about 2 blocks away, and I'm like, "There's no way I can stay out here. I'm gonna die." Right? So I go back to the shelter. And for some reason, she lets me all the way in this time. So I get in there, and she says, "Well, I told you that we don't have any more space here. I don't know what you're gonna do." And she's got a nasty attitude. And I said, "You know what, man? I'm not going nowhere." I said, "I don't care if you call the police." I said, "At least if you call the police, I can go to jail and I ain't got to freeze all night long, right?" So that jarred her, something in her. She was like, "Well, just hold on for a minute." I mean, just the nastiest attitude, man. So she makes a phone call to somebody, and they end up finally letting me in there, right? And through that came a whole kind of miracle type thing. I end up getting a job. This company, and I'm still on crack, and this company hires me. I end up getting a job. I end up programming robots, right? It's a whole story to that. They sent me to robotics school and all of that, and I'm still actually in the shelter when they sent me to the robotics school, right? But anyway, that's my story about being out there on crack. It's cold and how crazy I was, how crazy some of those times was, and I'm so thankful to the Creator that I made it through some of them crazy times.